Yes, you read that title correctly. WWE NXT is the best show of WWE, period.
What did he say?
Monday Night Raw and Friday Night Smackdown, in terms of consistency, don't even come close to what NXT is at right now. NXT is by far the most consistently good show that WWE has, and it's not talked about enough in my opinion. WWE NXT needs to be shown its love because these superstars put on an absolute show every Tuesday night, and as I said, it's not talked about enough. The main roster talent is struggling, in my opinion, to keep up with NXT. NXT is consistently the best show, and yes, sometimes Monday Night Raw will teeter-totter between being the best show and the second best show with NXT. Friday Night SmackDown, hands down, is the worst show of WWE. NXT is way better than it, and NXT, I seriously mean it, goes back and forth with Monday Night Raw with being the best show. The only times that Monday Night Raw is better is when they have talent like CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, even The Rock on the show all in one night. That's all in one night. But when it's only like maybe a one or two of them each night and they only have like a singular promo segment, NXT is hands down better. They put on absolutely great matches. Every single match, it doesn't matter if it's for the title or not. They are great matches every single night, and it's insane because one time I tuned in for a regular PLE of theirs, and in my opinion, it was hands down better than every single PLE the main roster talent has done throughout the entire year. And one PLE of NXT's was better. It's mind-boggling how much better NXT is, and it's just not talked about enough at all. And it needs to be. They need to be shown their love because, again, they're just not talked about enough. So I'm gonna go over all of the championships and stuff that are in NXT right now. So first and foremost, we start with the Heritage Cup, and it is currently held by Lexis King, and Lexis King, let me tell you, is not a top name in NXT, but he is able to shine because of a trophy like this. This is really good for them. It is kind of like the IC title and the US title for NXT, but it's not a title, it's a Heritage Cup. That is so unique, something so much different, and I absolutely love it. I don't know how they were able to come up with something like this, but it is so much different than just a regular basic US title or intercontinental title. It is so much better, in my opinion, because it makes it unique. It makes you want to actually see who wins, who has the title, who has the cup. I almost said title because I'm so used to saying that. It's not even a title. It's a cup. When have we ever had a cup as a championship? That's insane. That's awesome. And it allows talent that, as I said, might not be as good as the top or upper talent on the NXT roster to have some screen time and actually show off their talent. This championship has made it onto a PLE card consistently. I've seen it consistently defended on a PLE card for NXT, which is amazing. Unlike the main roster, who always struggle to put the US or the IC title on their PLE cards. This one is shown off a lot, and rightfully so. I mean, Lexis King is just one name of many that deserve to be shown their love because of how good they have done. Lexis King is solid in the ring. I think, from what I have heard, he is newer to wrestling, but I think he has done a fantastic job with just carrying this trophy. I think he recently won it within the last few months, but it doesn't matter. He has done so damn well, and they made a very interesting storyline for him. William Regal and his son being involved in this, it just made it interesting, and I was just intrigued by it. I was intrigued by this far more than I have been intrigued by the IC title and the US title on the main roster. That's insane. Unfortunately, the women do not have a title or a trophy like this. They do not have a Women's Heritage Cup, and I think they probably should, because truth be told, the women have so much more talent than the men. It's unbelievable. The women's roster on NXT is absolutely insane, and they do not get enough praise. They need to be praised a lot because they have such an amazing women's roster, and it blows my mind that they do not have a Heritage Cup for the women. But they should, and it doesn't matter because they've come out with some other things like the women's NXT North American title, which is amazing, by the way, but it goes to show that they probably within a short amount of time, I want to say, will probably bring in a Women's Heritage Cup for the women, which will allow more women to be shown on the card, be shown on any card that there is, and it just allows the women to show how damn good they are. Now on to the NXT Men's Tag Team Champions, which is Nathan Frazier and Axiom, otherwise known as Fraxium. Just like the Heritage Cup though, there is no women's NXT tag titles, which I don't really understand, but there currently is no tag titles for them. But either way, these two are absolutely phenomenal together. They have such great chemistry. They do amazing stuff in the ring, and they always have these little segments where they end up hinting at a possible betrayal between the two or a breakup, but it never ends up happening. Kind of like A-Town Down Under, but it's done so much better. And the thing with these two is that by far these two are the better tag team of WWE. These are the best tag team. This is the best tag team of WWE, and it's not even close. No one comes close to them, and the sad truth is that they're not talked about enough. You know, they are not talked about enough, and they are by far the best tag team. You know, they barely go into the singles side of things, but when they do, we just saw Axiom put on a fantastic match with Gunther on a Friday Night Smackdown in Barcelona, Spain, which was Axiom's hometown, and he put on an absolutely fantastic match. One of Gunther's best World Championship defenses to date, and it's from an NXT guy who's not even in the singles department, you know? He's a tag team guy, but he's doing fantastic work in the singles department, which is awesome. We do not see that very often on the main roster. You know, someone who's stuck in the tag team will just constantly be stuck in the tag team and not be good when it comes to a singles wrestling. Like Jey Uso. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso are so much better together as a tag team, not as singles champions, you know. Jey Uso most likely will I don't know. I'm going back and forth with him winning at WrestleMania against Gunther, but if he does, Jey Uso, in my opinion, does not deserve to be a champion. He has not done the work right, and sure, he is over as hell, but that's his music. That is not him in the ring. Look at him in the ring. Look at him on the mic. Jimmy Uso is so much better than him. Jimmy Uso, if anyone, deserves that push. But back to the tag teams, or this tag team in general, they are the best tag team in WWE, and it's not even close, as I said. I mean, these two put on fantastic matches, and they're great on the mic. That's another thing about NXT, is that almost every single NXT superstar is good on the mic. You know, maybe they're not great, but good. And they definitely have some great ones. They definitely have great ones. But people like Alexis King, he is still good on the mic. And he might not be somebody you listen to very often or hear very often, because he might not get a lot of screen time because he's not a higher person, but it doesn't matter. When he does get his screen time, he makes the most of it. Unlike a lot of main roster talent. Main roster talent is struggling, as I said earlier, to keep up with NXT, and it shows, especially in the NXT tag division. Them two are phenomenal, and recently they had a match against the Hardy Boys from TNA, and thank God they didn't put Fraxium over, because honestly, I love the Hardy Boys, and they definitely deserve to be shown their love. So they didn't go over on them, but they put on a fantastic match with the Hardy Boys, who a lot of people would probably consider washed, otherwise known as not very good in the ring anymore, slower, not as I said, not as good. So, but still, they put on a fantastic match, and I think a lot of that has to do because Fraxium is just that damn good, and they need to be shown their love. Now on to the Women's NXT North American Championship, which got recently vacated by Stephanie Vaquer on this recent NXT episode. which a lot of people are not happy about, but in my opinion, I think that was the right thing to do. Because, as I just said, the NXT women's division is way better than the women's division on the main roster. Like, seriously, switch out the division, keep a few on the main roster, and then just replace everybody else with the NXT women's division, and it will be so much better off. I'm not even kidding. The NXT women's division might be the best women's division in the world. It's that good. They are so damn good, and they do not get enough love. They really, really don't. And that's going to be a thing that I constantly bring up. Not getting enough love. All of NXT does not get enough love, and they do. I need to watch it more, because people like Stephanie Vaquer is absolutely dominating, and in my opinion, right now, Stephanie Vaquer is the best women's wrestler in WWE, and she's barely seen, you know? People will say it's Io Sky, Bianca Belair, yeah, Rhea Ripley too, Liv Morgan, people like that, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch. No, in my opinion, I think it's Stephanie Vaquer, you know? In-ring wrestling, you know? And she is starting to pick up the promo side of things. She is not a native English speaker, so it is harder for some people like, you know, Julia, Io Sky, Stephanie Vaquer to kind of get the hang of it. I think she has done a great job at starting to get the hang of it. And the best part is that the crowd was for her right away. The crowd wanted her to win. The crowd loved her right away. And it helped her get over so quickly. And it has helped her gain confidence with speaking. And that is great, because you see a lot of people don't have the confidence, you know. People who are native English speakers don't have this confidence. And it is wild to me, because they should. But they don't, and I don't understand it, because people like Rhea Ripley, you do not hear her have confidence when she speaks. Stephanie Vaquer definitely has more confidence, and it's wild to me. Stephanie Vaquer, as I said, deserves this praise that she is getting. She recently won the NXT championship at Roadblock from Julia because of an injury, and I think putting Stephanie Vaquer in that position was fantastic, because, again, they protected Julia and Stephanie very, very much. So who were they going to have take the title off of Julia was going to be a big, big thing. And obviously, I think a lot of people were under the impression that Stephanie Vaquer and Julia should have switched which title they were going off after in the first place. So Stephanie would be the NXT champion, winning it, the North American title from Julia. But they might not have had to do that, because then they could actually put a championship on the other person. So yes, in my opinion, they kind of mixed that up a little bit, but that's okay, because they were able to recover from it. And as I said earlier, I think this was the right decision to have Stephanie vacated, even though last week she had defended both titles on the same NXT episode and retained both of them in phenomenal matches, showing that she could do it. But that's not the whole point. The whole point of vacating them is because they wanted to allow other women to be noticed, to be on the show, be on the card, be a champion. They want the other women to be shown their love, because, again, as I said, there is a lot of women that deserve to be in a championship picture. So they want to have two titles again, because they're both world champion titles. So yeah, NXT women's division is just fantastic. Now on to the men's North American Championship, which Ricky Saints just recently won this past Tuesday night from Shawn Spears.
What's your name?
Stan.
Stan.
Shawn Spears' reign, unfortunately, was more a transitional reign. His first title defense, he lost to Ricky Saints, but it doesn't matter, because I still believe Shawn Spears is going to be in this picture, and Shawn Spears did great for what was given to him. Not much was really given to him, so he made the most of what his title reign was, and I thought it was fantastic stuff. And honestly, I think it was the right call to have Ricky Saints win. Ricky Saints just got here, but he is so damn over, and if you're not going to capitalize on his, momentum that he has from the crowd, then what are you doing? It was perfect to have him win. And they did the same thing with Ethan Page. When Ethan Page came to WWE over the summer, they had him enter the NXT Championship picture right away. And he won it right away, you know, and I thought it was fantastic. I really love that. And speaking of Ethan Page, he came out and attacked Ricky Sainz at the end of NXT this past Tuesday night, and he stood tall over him, and in the background you could hear the crowd chanting, "Tony fumbled," and Tony meaning Tony Khan from AEW, who obviously let both Ricky Sainz and Ethan Page walk and not re-signed either one of them. And that was 100% a fumble, because both of them have been fantastic since coming to WWE, and I love both of them. Ethan Page is the perfect heel, and Ricky Sainz, in my opinion, is the perfect face. He has a lot of CM Punk in him, I feel, and I absolutely love that. You know, he is just great. He's a great in-ring competitor. He's a great mic talker, and it's just, they are in such good hands with Ricky Sainz being the NXT North American Champion right now. And the best part was the fact that Ethan Page is now going to probably be his next opponent, and both of them are from AEW. Fantastic, you know? Two guys come over, and now they're going to be each other's next opponent. And Shawn Spears, I have a feeling, might make that a triple threat match, because obviously he kind of got screwed here, so they probably will make it up to him and have him be involved in this. So yeah, that's probably a stand and deliver match. And if you don't know what stand and deliver is, it is the WrestleMania of NXT, basically. It happens the same day of WrestleMania, but just way in the morning, and I think this year it starts at 9:30. That's kind of insane, but either way, yeah, this is a great match. I'm looking forward to it, and I really think the most of Ricky Sainz. Ricky Sainz has just done so damn good since he's come over. And if you remember, Ricky Sainz was not actually his name in AEW. It was Ricky Starks. But obviously, I think they wanted to change the name, so he's not really related to AEW as much as people think he is. So with that being said, I really am so damn happy that Ricky Sainz won. And it does suck for Shawn Spears, but I don't think Shawn Spears is going anywhere. I think Shawn Spears is going to stay right in the middle of this feud between Ethan Page and Ricky Starks that's seemingly going to be starting up soon. Now, I just talked about her, but this is now onto the NXT Women's Championship, which is obviously the King Champion, you know, the Queen Championship, you know, it's the top one. And obviously, Stephanie Vaquer is your best woman down there, so she should hold that title. And as I said, I think they did the right thing by having her vacate the other one, so now she can focus on holding the one truly prestigious title, which is the NXT Championship. And she 100% deserves it. I think personally she deserves it more than Julia did, which even then, Julia did a fantastic job with what was given, but it was obvious that she was the one that needed the North American title and Stephanie needed the NXT title, but ultimately it didn't matter because they both did fantastic with what was given to them, you know, and it's very unfortunate that Julia got injured and she had to vacate basically, but she didn't vacate it because she wanted to basically give the fans one last good match and have her lose, and that just goes to show what these NXT superstars are willing to do. Put their health and bodies on the line, even when they're injured, to put it on a fantastic match. Who does that remind you of? That reminds me of Kurt Angle. You know, Kurt Angle would do the same damn thing. And rightfully so, Julia put on a fantastic match, and I was surprised at how good the match was, considering she was actually injured during it. And it didn't feel like it. It did not feel like she was injured. I think she did a fantastic job, and it's unfortunate that they put themselves in that predicament of having to basically unify the titles, because obviously no one really likes that. Just look at the Roman Reigns run. They had to reintroduce the World Heavyweight Championship on Monday Night Raw because of, obviously, the fact that no one liked it. But either way, they were able to get themselves out of this predicament, even if it is just vacating it. But it allows more women talent to be around a title, which is needed, because obviously Stephanie Vaquer cannot be doing two things at once. Obviously it showed she could do it, but it doesn't matter. She should not be in both title pictures. It makes no sense. She should just focus on one and allow the other women talent that they have to focus on the other, which, as I've said 1,000 times already, they have a lot of women talent, and they 100% deserve to be going for this title as well. You know, they're going to have a 6-pack ladder match at Stand and Deliver to crown the new champion. So I'm guaranteeing you every single woman that's in that match will definitely deserve to win that championship, which makes it 1,000 times better, because that's not very often, very frequently you will see in like these Money in the Bank ladder matches, you know who's going to win and who's not going to win, you know. But going into these NXT matches, you honestly don't know, because the talent is so damn good that any of them could deserve it, any of them could win it, because they're all that damn good. And last but not least, my favorite superstar in NXT, the NXT World Champion or NXT Champion, Obafemi. I absolutely love Obafemi. I love everything that he does. He is fantastic on the mic. He is fantastic in the ring. He is just so damn cool. He is so damn awesome. I love him so much. He is so damn good. I cannot sing his praise enough. I absolutely love his entrance. His persona. I love everything about him. He is so damn good, and I really want to see him on the main roster someday. But then again, not really, because I don't know if they're going to do what they're doing with him right now. Main roster has had the problem of booking. Booking has not been in many superstars' favor on the main roster, but for him, he has done fantastic with the booking in NXT. And the transition from the NXT North American Championship and his historic reign to his new NXT Championship and his new reign, you know, him winning it from Trick Williams at New Year's Evil was fantastic. That was a great match, because then it was just so damn good. And I cannot sing his praise enough. There are so many NXT superstars, male superstars, that deserve to be in this title picture, like a Trick Williams, like a Javon Evans, which is kind of a push, but at the same time, it doesn't matter, because he's so good. You know, yes, it might be a little bit of a leap. He kind of went from not going after the North American title to going after the NXT one right away, but Ethan Page did the same damn thing, and Javon Evans is so young that it's not going to matter. It's really not going to matter in the grand scheme of things. It's seriously not going to matter, because people like that are so far, like, you can't find them. You really just cannot find people like that. It's out of this world how good he is and how quickly he picked this whole thing up, you know. And as I said, Obafemi, same thing. He has picked this up so quickly, and Trick Williams picked it up so quickly. Trick Williams should 100% be on the main roster, like Carmelo Hayes. And the two of them with that rivalry last year was insane. But now, continue that rivalry on the main roster. It gives Carmelo something to do, and it gives Trick Williams something to do coming onto the main roster. He needs something, and obviously he's in this title picture, which will be good for him, but I don't think he should win. I really don't think he should win, and I don't think Javon Evans will win. So I think Obafemi will retain, and I think Obafemi will have one last dominant run throughout the year, one more year of NXT, and he'll get called up. I think Trick Williams will be called up at this year's draft. I think he will be. I think Trick Williams has done everything he can do in NXT. Kind of like Roxanne Perez. She is in the same boat as Trick Williams is. I think both of them will be called up to the main roster, because Roxanne's in that boat where she does not need to be around either one of the women's titles to stay relevant. She is that damn good. You know, she helped put Jordynne Grace into the NXT championship picture. She helped elevate her, and now she's going after Stephanie Vaquer next. But same thing. Trick Williams is so damn good that he does not need to be in the NXT picture right now. Or NXT championship picture right now. He is that damn good where right now he's just elevating the talent. That's all he's there for right now. And he will be called up. I kid you not. He will be called up, and it will be rightfully deserved. And I hope he gets called up to Smackdown, because that way he can actually make Smackdown a little bit more entertaining. And Smackdown 100% needs to go back to 2 hours. As I went through this whole thing, though, there is so much more that NXT has to offer that I haven't even covered. I covered all the champions and the championships that there are, showing you what there is in NXT right now. And obviously, I'm assuming a lot of you probably watch it, but if you don't watch it, you need to watch it because as I said, it is the best show on WWE consistently. There will be times that Monday Night Raw is better, and once in a blue moon, maybe SmackDown will be better, but very rarely. SmackDown has been by far the worst show throughout this entire year, and it has consistently been the worst show. And I think NXT has consistently been the best show, and Raw has been the middle of the pack. In my opinion, Monday Night Raw has been in the middle of the pack this entire year, and they've struggled to get over the hump. NXT has not. NXT has been so damn good all year, and that is why I really believe you guys, if you have not watched NXT before, you need to tune in. It is right before Stand and Deliver, which, as I said, is the WrestleMania of NXT, so watch it. You know, I know it's early in the morning at 9:30, so either way, though, you need to watch it. I'm going to watch it, and I'm probably going to be working at that time, so I'll find time to watch it on my phone. I will find time for it. It does not matter, because again, it is so damn good, and it needs to be shown its love. And at the end of the day, it has not shown its love enough, which is mind-boggling to me, because as I said at the beginning of the video, it is the best wrestling show out there right now, in my opinion. It is better than AEW. It is better than TNA, and it is better than Monday Night Raw on most nights, and 100% better than SmackDown, because at the end of the day, anything's better than SmackDown. But yeah, give NXT a watch, and you will not be disappointed, because I was not when I tuned in for the first time. I was not disappointed, and truthfully, I need to watch it more. I am not a consistent watcher with NXT, but I do know what is going on throughout the show, but I do not consistently watch it, and I don't know why. I really should. It is something I just have not gotten around to doing yet, but I definitely think I will, because again, it is the best show consistently. I cannot say it enough. So with that being said, please tune in to the next week's NXT. If you ever want to see what NXT is about, just tune into that, or wait till Stand and Deliver and watch how damn good all of them are, because they seriously are so damn good. I mean, I would not be surprised if Stand and Deliver is better than both nights of WrestleMania. Give that a second to sink in. Yeah, I just said that. Stand and Deliver could 100% be better than both nights of WrestleMania. I don't think it will be, but it could be. And yeah, think about that. So while you're thinking about that, please leave your thoughts and comments down below about NXT itself, what you guys think about it, and if, you know, I should have covered something else about NXT that's really good, because I'm sure I definitely missed what NXT is. You know, there is so much more that goes into NXT that makes it amazing. But with that being said, please leave your thoughts and comments down below about NXT and what you guys think about it, and I will be sure to get back to you guys. But with that being said, I will see you guys next time, which is definitely tomorrow. See ya.